Hello, I don't think this channel is becoming a crafts channel, but the evidence suggests it might just be. Today I'm going to try scrapbooking. When I say try scrapbooking, I mean I'm gonna very cagily commit to putting a couple of things on a page and seeing what I think. We've established pretty well on this channel that I have a pathological need to keep, and I've tried really hard to get better at it, and I think I've made some improvements, but some things I think are just special, and this is it. So I have about 3 or 4 envelopes worth of tickets to stuff. One of them is every movie I saw while I was doing my degree. This is an envelope full of tickets to premieres that I've been to. When I was little, I used to dream of going to movie premieres, and I'm so lucky that I've been offered the opportunity to go to a bunch. And there's gonna be a time when I don't get invited to them, so I have kept every single ticket to every single premiere, even the ones I've decidedly not enjoyed. Because as well as keeping stuff, you know how nostalgic I am. I want to look back at these with my grandchildren and remember that time I was cool. But on our agenda today are these. These are tickets to every show I have seen since. The earliest is February 2007. The Vortex by Noel Coward at the Manchester Royal Exchange. Will Young was in this, and my friend at school was a huge Will Young fan, so 3 of us got into the megabus and went up, squished into a Travelodge room, and went to see the play. And would you believe, sat just opposite us in Manchester, all the way from Kent, was my drama teacher. And you would believe that, because the director of the play was my drama teacher's daughter, and I just happened to know what day she was going to see it. We were all nervous, and it was very comforting to know that our teacher was going to be there. A small world, we pretended it was. Calculated. I've kept these not just because I'm a theatre nerd, but as well as remembering, oh my god, here's tickets when I went to see Sweeney Todd, which was probably my favourite performance I've ever seen on the London stage. This is the one I talk about when Michael Ball played Sweeney and Imelda Staunton was Mrs. Lovett, and at one point, while she was singing Not While I'm Around, I saw her psyche change without her face moving, it was just her eyes. I'll never forget that, and I had the ticket to prove I was there. But it's not just that, it's also sort of a tapestry of my life. So for instance, in this pile, this is a ticket to An American in Paris at the Dominion. This was actually the red carpet premiere of this show, and it happened to fall on the exact day I left Waterstones. So as I was finishing up my full-time job and taking a chance on becoming a full-time YouTuber, I remember walking out of the doors and feeling this sort of like, okay, this is it. And then I went straight to the theatre, where I was interviewed on the red carpet and I had to do some schmoozing, and it was like, you know, walk out of one door into what I hoped would be another. I fucking love symbolism, you know me. The ones that I find most interesting are these 2 piles. So this is 2013 and 2014. This is when I went to see the most shows, because within this time I moved to London and a very serious relationship broke up. So it's like a mixture of the novelty of being in London and being able to go and see shows, and also part of my healing process was going to see these shows. Within that, probably my favourite anecdote of my life is this one. So my game plan was, have a list of shows you want to see, go into town first thing in the morning, walk around the various theatres and ask what they happen to have for cheap. Because sometimes you can get really decent price seats at a pretty good discount because they just want to fill them. And sometimes you just get tickets right at the back because it's what they've got. And on this occasion, it was one of the little jetties on the Grand Circle. The seat was only 15 quid, so I went, yeah, absolutely, I've wanted to see this a while, let's just do it. It was only when I got home and I was taking a shower getting ready to go out that I realised, oh, it's Valentine's Day. It just hadn't occurred to me. So I spent my first Valentine's Day single in 5 years alone at Mamma Mia. But quite genuinely, it was one of my favourite nights ever because there was a woman in the front row who was dancing to every single song. Like, she was like really going for it. And then right at the end, they do a big like Waterloo karaoke number and get all the audience to get up and dance. And she was having the time of her life. And that made me feel good to see her feeling so good. I loved it. Also within this period, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times I saw Les Miserables, and that's because my friend Carrie was in it, and with all due respect to Carrie Hope Fletcher, I think 7 times seeing Les Mis in 1 calendar year just brushes the sides of excessive. No apologies, it's such a good show. Shall we start it? I bought washi tape, what a glow up. And the reason I've gone with tape rather than with glue, I need the comfort of knowing I can fuck up, because I'm not crafty, you know I'm not. So we're just gonna tape them down, no pressure. I've got gold, I've got silver, and I've got glittery. Theatre, darling. Okay, number 1. There we go. That's in there now. When I do the premieres one, I'm gonna print out pictures of us on the carpet to go alongside it. But with this one, I'm just gonna make little notes on what I thought of the play, or anything exciting that happened, indeed. God, already this looks dreadful. Maybe I should change colours. On you go. There it is. As with everything I do, I had such notions. In my head, the scrapbook was gonna be like the most beautiful, pristine thing in the world. But, page 1. Basic. Listen, I'm learning, and I'm not gonna pretend I'm better at this than I am, because if it's not real, It's not right. This is fun. Spam-A-Lot. So, I went to school in Maidstone in Kent. Shout out to Maidstone. Maidstone does not deserve that. But Maidstone is only about an hour's train ride away from London. And at sixth form, sometimes you'd have a free period at the end of the day, which means you could leave at lunchtime. And on those days, my friend Claire and I would go into London town. And we'd go to Leicester Square, we'd queue up at one of the half-price ticket booths, and we'd be like, hello, what tickets do you have, please? And then we would go and see whatever they happened to have a ticket for. We'd go to Pizza Hut, and then we'd go and see the show. It's quite fun that way, because you don't have an expectation of what you're going to see, which I think makes you enjoy shows just that little bit more because it's the novelty of being at the theatre. If you wake up not expecting to be at a theatre and then suddenly you find yourself at the theatre, that's brilliant. Right, we're into 2009 now. I've definitely got a little bit slack with keeping tickets because I don't take bags places anymore. Interestingly, I know I have a bunch of tickets just lying around waiting for me to... Oh my god, this is so bad. I probably should have watched some tutorials, shouldn't I? Listen, guys, we might end the video here because this is too embarrassing even for me. I'll finish 2009 and then I'll go away and think about what I've done. I did watch a couple of videos before I'd started doing this one and they were like, get yourself some like card and think about what you're gonna put where. And I was like, nah, I mean like, I'm sure that works for people who are incredibly crafty, but it'll probably just come together in itself. But it turns out with creative endeavors, you need to make a bit of effort. And as much as I like to pretend I don't care about aesthetics, this is actually causing me a bit of pain. This is not a good scrapbook. Right, I have one more ticket for 2009, but I can't do this anymore. We're just gonna close the book and say thank you so much for watching. What are your favourite theatre experiences and indeed scrapbook tips? I will see you tomorrow. I'm just gonna put this away and I'm definitely not gonna immediately rip all the pages out.